Everybody stand, please. Everyone, please be seated. We're here today to celebrate the unity of Tyler and Hannah and the complete scene of supportive devotion that they share to each other. Together, we are a group of the most important people in their lives, and they have brought us here to officially recognize this union. Tyler and Hannah wanted me to thank each one of you for being here and let you know how important each one of you are to this unity. We'd also like to recognize all those people who could not be here, because they are certainly missed and they're not forgotten. We're none more important in influencing the lives of Tyler and Hannah than their parents. With that, who gives Hannah away in marriage to this man?
Her stepmother and I.
Fantastic. Take hands. Marriage gives stability and structure to a couple's love. Marriage is telling the person that you love that you're not going nowhere, no matter what. Even if you argue, if you fight, if you disagree, that you're devoted to that person, you're committed to that person. And together, these two are going to make one. A good marriage must be built on the foundation of this devotion, of loyalty, and faithfulness. In marriage, little things are the important things. It's never being too old to say I love you. It's never being too old to hold hands. It is never going to sleep angry, but standing together, facing the world, speaking words of appreciation, improving gratitude in thoughtful ways, is having the ability to forgive and forget. It is a search for the common good and beauty in each day. It is not only marrying the right person, but it's being the right person. The road that has brought Tyler and Hannah together today has not been easy. It's been filled with challenges that they were not necessarily prepared for. But those together have made each one of them stronger. They have found solutions, and they've used experience to strengthen them and not weaken them. I'm going to read from the Bible. Paul tells us in 1 Corinthians a wonderful thing about love. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 1 says, "If I speak in the tongues of men and angels, but do not have love, I'm only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom mysteries and all knowledge, if I have the faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give my body over to hardship, that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient and love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, and it keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It protects, it always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For as we know in part, we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part will disappear. When I was a child, I talked as a child, I thought as a child, and I reasoned as a child. But when I became a man, I put away the childhood ways behind me. Now we see a reflection in a mirror, and we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know in fully, as I am fully known. And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love." Tyler and Hannah, these vows that you're about to make to each other, share your love and devotion, show your love and devotion that you share, loyalty and faithfulness to each other, and in your own words. Sometimes poems and verses and quotes do not get the point across that you want to. It is best that you choose these things for yourself. These vows are your way of openly declaring your promises to one another, as well as to all those who are here in attendance today. And the ladies first, repeat after me. I promise to be patient and kind.
I promise to be patient and kind.
I promise to never be jealous
I promise to never be jealous
or self-praising.
or self-praising.
I promise to never be rude,
I promise never to be rude,
self-seeking,
self-seeking,
or easily angered.
or easily angered.
I promise to never keep a record of your wrongdoings.
I promise to never keep a record of your wrongdoings.
I promise I will never find joy in doing wrong,
I promise to never find joy in doing wrong,
but happiness in the truth.
but happiness in the truth.
I promise to always protect and trust you.
I promise to always protect and trust you.
I promise to share my hopes
I promise to share my hopes
and my dreams with
and
you.
my dreams with you.
Our love will never fail.
Our love will never fail.
All right, Tyler. I promise to be patient and kind.
I promise to be patient and kind.
I promise I will never be jealous
I promise I will never be jealous
or self-seeking.
or self-seeking.
I promise to never be rude,
I promise to never be rude,
self-seeking,
self-seeking,
or easily angered.
or easily angered.
I promise to never keep a record of your wrongdoings.
I promise to never keep a record of your wrongdoings.
I promise I will always find joy in doing. I promise I will never find joy in doing wrong,
I promise I will never find joy in doing wrong,
but happiness in the truth.
but happiness in the truth.
I promise to always protect you and trust you.
I promise to always protect you and trust you.
I promise to share my hopes and dreams with you.
I promise to share my hopes and dreams with you.
Our love will never fail.
Our love will never fail.
Who has the rings? Fantastic. Tyler and Hannah will now exchange rings to symbolize their love and devotion, loyalty and faithfulness. Rings are taken from humble beginnings of imperfect metal to create something noticeable where there was once nothing at all. It is traditionally worn on the ring finger, as that is the only finger with a vein that runs directly through the heart. The wearing of rings is a visible and external sign they have committed themselves to one another. Tyler, take her hand. Say these words. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of our love.
as a symbol of our love
For today and tomorrow,
for today and tomorrow
and for all days to come.
and for all days to come.
Wear it as a sign
Whereas a sign
of what we have promised on this day.
of what we have promised on this day.
And know that my love is present,
Know that my love is present
even when I am not.
even when I am not.
Take this ring, place it in Tyler's finger. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of our love
as a symbol of our love
for today and tomorrow
for today and tomorrow
and all the days to come.
and all the days to come.
Wear it as a sign of what we have promised on this day,
Wear it as a sign as we promise for this day,
and know that my love is present,
and know that my love is present
even when I am not.
even when I am not.
Tyler and Hannah, you have professed your love by exchanging the rings and vows. You have symbolized this love and devotion, loyalty and faithfulness by exchanging the rings. You have expressed that you're no longer individualized, but you're becoming one. With this, just one more question I need to ask each one of you. Tyler, do you take Hannah to be your wife,
I do.
to live together in pledge of marriage?
I do.
Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor her, and keep her?
I do.
In sickness and in health, in richer and poorer, forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And Hannah, do you take Tyler to be your husband, to live together in a pledge of marriage? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, in rich and poor, forsaking all others, being faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you man and wife. And Tyler, you may kiss your bride. It is my privilege to introduce y'all to Mr. and Mrs. Tyler Clark.
Woo!